Hey guys, today we're gonna make a crusty old lady and a newborn homunculus fight to the death. This is my vintage, made in Japan, Greco Les Paul Custom. This thing is so old its back hurts almost more than mine, which is saying a lot because I too am withering away at a shocking pace. And this is the Enya Sonic JT that I stole from the future, which I feel kind of bad about because this was some kid's Christmas gift and I just swiped it from under the tree like I was the Grinch. I wasn't really thinking when I did it, and it's been keeping me up at night for a few days at this point. But regardless of my all-consuming guilt, what is up, everyone who has the stomach to enter my Roman Colosseum? Emperor Denden here, and my lovely eunuchs have chosen these two instruments to battle until their strings fall off for your entertainment. And for this one, we're gonna switch it up. My comparison videos have gotten pretty formulaic lately, so instead of yapping about these guitars for the first half of the video and then the second half being a big bazonkel of playing comparisons, I'm gonna disperse the playing comparisons throughout this godforsaken video, in betwixt me yapping your ear off about these guitars' respective specs, differences, and similarities. Starting now.
Oh my God, he's so goddamn cool!
Also, I wanted to give a real quick shout out to Enya for sending this guitar over to me to make these videos. I really do appreciate it. And they wanted me to let you know that they are going to be having quite the Black Friday sale starting really soon. From November 13th through December 1st, all of Enya's products are going to be 20 to 25% off, both on their Amazon sites and on their official website, which is a pretty stinking good deal. So if you do want to get yourself one of these Enya smart guitars or any of their other products, I would definitely check out their Black Friday sale, which again is going on from November 13th all the way through December 1st. Shout out to Enya, you're my favorite sugar daddy. According to the fighting world, I'm supposed to start with the challenger, which is the Enya Sonic JT. For starters, this guitar is not made of wood. There's absolutely no wood involved in the construction of this guitar. Instead, this guitar is made out of a one-piece carbon fiber composite. So the body, the neck, the fretboard, the headstock, and the nut are all one piece. Isn't that quirky? The future really is now, old man. This guitar comes with a recessed tunematic bridge, which is really nice. It does not have the tailpiece though, it is a string-through body, which it's fine with me, dude. I'm down to clown. We've got some Enya branded tuners that work just fine. The nut, again, is literally part of the neck, so it's that same carbon fiber composite material. It does come with a 0 fret though, which is neat.
It's crunching time.
Now this guitar does have an asymmetrical neck, but it's a little bit different than some other asymmetrical necks you may have encountered. Enya was thinking with their dipstick when they designed this one. Starting up in the cowboy chord area, the neck is more of a slim C shape, but as you come down to the higher frets, that shape changes to a thin V-shaped neck. There's also this little notch right here for your thumb to rest when you are playing in this upper registrar of frets. It's a little change, but it really helps with the upper fret access up here. I really like that actually. No one talks about this, but this guitar has magnetic pickup rings, which is actually really cool. Like you can just pop them out. That's kind of quirky. Now the pickups that those pickup rings are attached to is an Alnico 5 pickup in the neck and then a ceramic pickup in the bridge. The three-way toggle switch has been moved down here, which that's probably like the one change I don't really care for, honestly. We got a tone knob down here that is a push-pull for a series parallel switch. And then of course we got a little volume knob right here, but it looks a little different. And that's because if you press it down, it takes a second, but once that light comes on, then that activates the internal speaker and amp that is embedded within this guitar. So you don't need a cable or an amp to get distorted electric guitar tones from this electric guitar. You gotta put it on the distorted channel for one, but once you do, you're there, my friend.
You're not canon.
And those are the specs for the Enya Sonic JT smart guitar. And now for the other much older competitor in today's comparison, we have my 1990 Greco EGC 600, which is a Japanese-made Les Paul custom copy. And since it was made back in the Pilgrim Ages, it is constructed out of wood. This guitar is a mahogany body with a maple cap, a mahogany neck with a rosewood fretboard, a bone nut, made in Japan Keystone style tuners, a stop bar tunematic bridge and tailpiece this time. But what's also different is that this bridge goes directly into the body, which people say helps with sustain and resonance. 2 volume, 2 tones, no push pulls or any of that nonsense. Just pots that work well with some very nice witch hat knobs on top of them. A properly placed 3-way toggle switch, and of course all those electronics lead to this beautiful set of manliest T-top replica pickups.
Holy fuck!
Another thing I want to mention is the neck joints between the two, or lack thereof on this guitar, because again, the neck and the body are one piece. And the transition to the upper axis of frets is very easy on the Enya guitar, because there's a lot of carves and contours that help you get there. However, on the Les Paul, you just have that big 3-foot thick block joint right there. Another difference that has to be considered is the age between these two guitars. This guitar was made this year, this guitar was made 35 years ago. This is a brand new guitar. As you can see, there is yet to be a scratch or a scuff anywhere on it. However, this guitar has 35 years of playing time on it, and whoever owned this guitar before me, they beat and banged this thing up in every way that you can imagine. This guitar has definitely been ran through, it's worn and used. But I feel like that's just made her sound that much better over time. Another difference to look at is the headstocks of these two guitars. The Greco comes with the traditional Gibson open book headstock. Now don't get me wrong, this shape is the best looking headstock in existence. I don't care, fight me. When you combine it with the traditional 17-degree Gibson headstock angle, that's just gonna make the break angle a little bit worse, but it also kind of hinders the structural integrity of this guitar. One of the reasons why Gibson headstocks specifically break so much is because they use this 17-degree headstock angle when they absolutely don't need to. It's way too much, and it really does not need to be that far back. I'm glad this does at least come with a volute, even though I would rather it be like more down here, and now the Enya headstock is the same overall 3x3 spatula shape, but the Enya headstock is quite a bit smaller than the traditional open book headstock. This guitar also does not come with the crazy 17-degree headstock angle. Instead, it looks like they're using Epiphone's 14-degree headstock angle. Another difference is the weight between these two guitars. pounds, while this guitar got to be in like the 7-8 pound range. It's really not that heavy at all. However, this one is definitely like 9-10 pounds. This is a little plumper. And of course, the last big difference between these two guitars is that the Greco needs a cable and an amplifier in order to sound like an electric guitar. However, like we talked about a second ago, this guitar has a built-in amp and speaker, and it does not need a cable or an amplifier in order to sound like an electric guitar. These smart guitars do come off as pretty gimmicky sometimes, but I'm not gonna lie, getting an electric guitar sound without a cable and an amplifier is pretty freaking great. On Halloween, I just walked around with this guitar noodling around everywhere. It was a lot of fun, actually. And it was really freeing not being tied to a cable and an amplifier. Gets my heart real bricked up, I tell you what. So at this current moment in time, I have no idea what the sound differences between these two guitars are like. Maybe they sound completely different, maybe they sound exactly the same. I don't know yet. So it's gonna be your guys' job to go down there in the comments and let me know what y'all think. But I think that is going to wrap up the comparison portion of today's video. But you may notice there's still a little bit of time left on this thing. And that is because last week I hit 30,000 subscribers. And in the tier list video I made last week, I told you guys to ask me questions in the comments and we'll do a little Q&A. Usually what I do is I make a big Q&A video that nobody watches. So this time I'm just gonna like answer a few questions for the next 3 or 4 videos. So if you wanna ask me a question, you can go down there, leave one in the comments of this video. You can ask me like literally anything as long as it's YouTube appropriate. When are we gonna get a famous offset tier list, Mr. Den BMX? That's on the list, it's coming soon. Do you ever look at a guitar and think, man, that guitar looks like my dog's vomit, and then years later you change your mind? If so, what guitar was it? I don't think so. But the opposite of that has happened. There's so many guitars that I thought looked really cool when I was a kid, and then I look at them now and I'm like, what do I think about modding budget guitars? I think that shit's fun as hell. I don't know why people are so unusually anal about modding budget guitars. I feel like a lot of that is like the people who buy really expensive guitars want to feel really special because they bought a really expensive guitar, and they don't want to see someone like buy a $200 Firefly and throw the exact same aftermarket parts into it. It's weird. I think it's a weird ego thing when people don't like modded cheap guitars. But I personally think it's just fun to do. Can we get a super strat tier list? Yes. What are my thoughts on modern Slipknot? I still like them. I still fuck with Slipknot. I just think the way they fired Jay Weinberg was done very poorly. I feel like they could have gone about that in such a better way. And like, it's not like I don't like Eloy. I think he's a really good drummer. I think it's really cool that they're playing songs like Gematria, how do you say it? Gematria. I think it's really cool that they're finally playing that song live. The thing that really leaves me kind of sour with modern Slipknot is just kind of how dirty they did Jay Weinberg when they fired him. What's your favorite guitar that you've ever played? Also, what's your favorite guilty pleasure song? I don't know if I have an all-time favorite guitar. Yeah, I'd say my favorite guitars are the ones that I own. And my favorite guilty pleasure song? I don't know if I have one because I don't really feel that guilty about listening to music. I guess if I had to name drop a few, there's Taste by Sabrina Carpenter. I like to listen to that song when I'm doing the dishes or cleaning the house or something. Come Closer by Somber, banger. Choosin' Texas by Ella Langley. I don't like pop country, but that's a good song. One of my channel members asked, what's my favorite brand of microwaves? I don't fucking know. I don't got brand loyalty for microwaves. Right? I've been looking for a microwave and I still couldn't tell you a singular brand. What was my channel about before guitars? So when I started YouTube, it was a BMX channel. It was predominantly a BMX channel up until about 2021 when BMX really started dying off. And I was just kind of getting over riding and it was just hurting me more than I was having fun. And then like around 2021, 2022 was when this channel kind of turned into more of like a butterfly knife channel. And then this year was when I decided to switch to fully making guitar content. And it's been the best decision I've ever made on this channel so far. Because it took me 4 years to get my first 10,000 subs. And then it took me another 4 years to get 20,000 subs. And then I switched to making guitar content and I got to 30,000 subs within a year. So I think I made the right decision. And with that, I think we're gonna wrap up today's video comparing my Greco EGC 600 Les Paul custom copy to the brand new Enya Sonic JT Smart guitar, that's what it's called. Thank you all so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. I really hope you guys enjoyed. As always, go down there, leave a comment. I love to hear what you guys have to say. Let me know what you think about the comparison. And also, if you want to ask a question, you can ask one. Give that like button a reach around. It appreciates it, and so do I. Share the video around, and if you regularly watch my videos and you haven't already subscribed, then Ken Watanabe is gonna let 2 kaijus fight in your house. Have fun cleaning that up. Big shout out to and a thank you to Cosmic Steez, A Horse Running, Solar Flare, Rob Heath, Bad Joe Guitars, Brandon's Balisong Corner, Bandage Knives, Jan Chocolate, Leagues Beneath, Scott Toman, Big Tills, Torch of Hope, Mr. Crazy, Ollie Gilbert, and Demetrius Trurush. These honeys are my current channel members, and their support really does mean a lot. If you want to join them, get a shout out in my longer videos, get access to the members only videos, and just help support this channel in a bigger way, then you can go down there, click the join button. Tiers start as low as 3 shleemies. There is also the super thanks button down there if you just want to give me some money. But I am done being a tool. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see y'all next time.
Goodbye.